Hey guys, Matt coming at you from the Real Drunks. Hey, if you're into movies, booze, craft beers, and just shooting the shit with your friends, join myself, Jake, and Alyssa on the Real Drunks on the Deluxe Edition Network and anywhere you get your podcast from. That's the Real Drunks, R-E-E-L, the Real Drunks. Check us out.
I'm Kevin Van Hentenryck, and you're watching the Deluxe Edition with Casey and Ray.
This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Welcome to a very special episode of Deluxe Edition. I am your host, Casey Shearer. Joining me, as always, Ray, the podcaster.
What's going on, Casey?
And joining us, very special guests, members of the network, Barrel Aged Flicks. How are you guys?
We're good,
Fucking
man.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
So this is a takeover episode. So right after we do our plugs, we're going to hand it over to Barrel Aged Flicks and see what they have in store for us.
A bunch of shenanigans.
Let's see. We are, like I said, a part of the network, the Deluxe Edition Network. Head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Find all the great shows over there. Podcast of the month for January is Everyone. Just check everyone out. There's no specific show this month, so we're gonna have to figure that out. We have more than 12 shows for the year now, so we'll have to figure some things out.
Keeps climbing up.
I thought that was actually somebody's fucking show name. Everyone. Like, holy fuck.
All right, you can find our show over at Instagram and Twitter at Deluxe Edition Pod. We are also over at deluxeedition.show. If you would like to support our show, go to patreon.com/deluxeeditionpod. And we are also now sponsored by getslicks.com. Go over and get your, I don't have the hat on me, I forgot to prepare, but they have some awesome hats and different things over there. So check them out. Ray, very quickly, where can people find you?
I am the 10 Cent Beer Night Podcast. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and that's good enough. Let's go.
Short and sweet.
Yep.
Too quick, I couldn't even pop up the logo. I couldn't find it in time. All right, Ron and Ragnar, please tell us where they can find you.
Deluxe Edition. Oh, sorry.
Up your ass
Deluxe
and to the
Edition.
left.
Yeah. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. We're on just about every platform out there. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, we're on OnlyFans too. Ragnar likes to show his shit. So basically, it all works out. We are a great fucking show. I mean, we do a lot of fucking beer and liquor reviews, and we just have crazy shenanigans. We punish each other. We kill each other. We argue. It's good fun, fucking fun. And seriously, we talk about the thing that we love the most, movies. So
yeah, you guys are a great show, and we're so happy to have you a part of the network.
So glad to be here.
That's why we're calling this show the Barrel Aged Deluxe Edition. So I'm going to hand the show over to you, Ron, and you'll show us how you do your show on our show.
All right. Well, first I got to say thank you, because I remember I was on your show back in, I think, the late summer or something like that. And I remember we were talking about the Elvis movie and seeing if we saw it, and thought that we would do this. So I've been really excited to do this and actually talk about this movie, because I never got to see it, and I finally saw it. And Ragnar saw it, I think, before me, and he told me about it. So we're gonna do this the way that we normally start. So here we go. So this movie was released June 24th, 2022. This is directed by Baz Luhrmann. And I'm sure everybody but knows Baz Luhrmann for the movies he's done. He's a very, I guess, like, his movies are weird, crazy, very, very musical, very like out of this world, basically. He's done Strictly Ballroom. He did the William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and I think Claire Danes, which I'm a big fan of. He did Moulin Rouge, and he also did Australia with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman, and he did The Great Gatsby, which is actually a decent film. This movie had an $85 million budget, 130 million domestic, and 281 million worldwide.
I mean, great success.
Yeah, so it made fucking money. The movie stars Tom Hanks, Austin Butler, I'm not going to fuck up here, Olivia DeJonge, Helen Thompson. All right, so I said that wrong. Richard Roxburgh, Kelvin Harrison Jr., David Wenham, Cody Smith McPhee, Luke Bracey, and Decree Montgomery. Hopefully, I'm saying that right.
I think that's Dacre.
See, somebody's already correct.
I think it's Dacre Montgomery because that's Billy from Stranger Things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that still haven't watched Strange Things.
All right, so I have to stop you there, Ron. So we won't do it. I'm not going to take a vote because I'm not Stu. Like on your
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's part of our show.
Tell us what happens when you it's mostly you listening to your show. You get because you have a soundbite that you play. Words are hard.
Oh yeah, that used to be my intro until they changed it to Captain Cumbeard. So
that was your fucking idea, too.
It was not my fucking idea.
It was.
Well,
we were all fucking drinking one night, and you came up with the idea for Captain fucking Cumbeard,
and then everybody voted it, and I ended up.
And he said, "I'm fine with it. I'll fucking do it. I don't care. I'm not a pussy."
And then you have Chase saying the hero orgasm to zero or whatever the fuck.
Yep.
But yeah, the thing with our intros is sometimes if somebody says something weird, we're like, oh, we're keeping that, and everybody has to vote. That's your new fucking intro. So
okay.
Our intros change. Mine's has changed twice. I think Lenny's has changed twice. Hashtag Lenny or trash bag Lenny or something like that. Yeah. So it's pretty hilarious. But we also have another soundbite that we use that is used quite a lot.
Spicy boner.
Basically, whenever we say our real names, that's our bleep word, and that is an automatic roll of the wheel. So, which we do a punishment wheel where we just kill each other. We got
show it off.
Oh yeah, we got it's all pile of shit right there, little shit. Yeah, we have a blank one. We still have to fill that one out. But we got like fuck you, Chase. We got a big fuck you by Ragnar, which changes every month. It goes big fuck you by Ragnar, big fuck you by Stu. We have Malort Cocktail, which Malort is our drink of our show. We got Cockblock by BAC, which they like to fuck us up. We have Barrel of Punishment, where we have a huge barrel with a bunch of little mini liquor bottles, and you have to close your eyes and grab one. You have to drink whatever's in there.
God.
We have a thing called Crystal Picks, and she's hard ass. Like she will fuck you up. She will just think of the most craziest
she comes up with
shit.
The weirdest fucking thing.
And she hates me. But we also have Everclear as one of our shots, which Lenny cannot fucking take. We have the original punishment shot. And we also have grab something yummy. So everybody's trying to get that grab something yummy where you can just do whatever the fuck you want. But
mainly you're trying to get that.
Yeah, I am. Because I'm always getting fucked, especially with the fucking Malort cocktails and watermelon shit. But
telling you, that wheel is weighted down at like one point.
No, like we did our Falling Down show and it was landing on Everclear every fucking time. And Lenny, that's coming out Monday, our Falling Down. Well, I think it's gonna be released before this one, but that show's fucking crazy. You gotta listen to it. It's Lenny gets fucking drunk as fucking that one.
It doesn't take much though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's a great concept. Anytime you guys fuck up, that you do that. It's adds to the show very a lot.
It puts a lot of comedy and a lot of arguments between me and Stu. Seriously, Stu's always hunting me down. You know that Stu's always trying to fuck me up.
Yeah.
Every single time I try to fuck him up, everybody votes against me. But Ragnar Ragnar has been on my side many times.
I have.
But then he's like, shut the fuck up because as soon as he saves me, Then I screw up. He says, "What are you doing?" And I end up taking a punishment shot again.
Give you like 3 fucking tries to get the name or word right.
Yeah, it's
And you just I don't know why, man. You just don't get it. You don't. Give him fucking 3 tries to say a word right, and he just keeps repeating the same fucking thing over and over again.
yeah, like the fucking Bing Crosby song that we did during Hakuna.
You almost had it.
I'm not saying it. Done.
Don't say it.
On Christmas Vacation show, you'll see what I mean.
Bing Crosby's Hakuna Matata.
Yeah. So I'm going to go into the last parts of this, and then we're going to go ahead and get to our drink. So the other movies to come out around this time, this just came out last year, technically. We had Black Phone, which was actually decent. Not a bad movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Not
We
bad.
had Lightyear, which I had no interest in seeing. They made a Father of the Bride remake with Andy Garcia. I don't know if you guys heard of
Didn't even
that.
see that
It was a
one.
streaming thing. I think it was a Netflix movie. Crimes of the Future, which is the David Cronenberg film, and I'm a huge Cronenberg fan, so I actually enjoyed that. Hustle and Hot Seat. So those are the movies that came out around that time. But we're gonna go ahead and get into our drink, and we're gonna do our drink first, and then Casey and Ray have their own drinks to try. So Ragnar, I'm gonna hand it off to you. What are we drinking?
So we've got move that away a little bit there.
All right.
There you go. All right, so we've got banana bread beer, which what? Oh, there's your glass.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
I actually saw that yesterday in the Total Wine. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's I think there's this one and another one.
There's a bottled one that I
Yeah,
had.
a bottled one.
Yeah, I had a bottled one. That's why I was wondering if it was just a canned version of the bottled one, but I guess it's a different one.
I think it's a different one.
Yeah.
We got that, and then we got a screwball
Pass me the bottle.
peanut butter whiskey.
Which I was actually my first punishment shot when we first started the show on the very first show because I could not stand it. It tastes like fucking, as Tyler in one of our old members of the show, blowing Mr. Peanut. It's just it's not good. I don't care for it. But go ahead, Ragnar.
Yep. So Elvis is famous for liking peanut butter and banana sandwiches. So I couldn't figure out really anything good for this, and I wasn't gonna fucking go out and buy like fucking 5 or 6 ingredients just for fucking drink, you know, because I hate making cocktails like that. So this is a fuck ton easier. So we're just gonna do a Boilermaker with this one.
So a peanut butter whiskey mixed in banana. So
Yep.
peanut, because I believe Elvis's sandwich was like peanut butter bacon sandwich or something like that. Peanut butter and jelly bacon sandwich.
Peanut butter and banana.
And
Yeah.
Then also I heard it was bacon in it too.
The bigger Elvis got, the more shit he added to the sandwich.
Yeah. I've actually had it before because I think you what you do is you slice up bananas, put the peanut butter on the bread, put butter on both sides, and grill it like grilled cheese sandwiches with the bacon on it. And everybody thinks it looks and sounds disgusting, but it tastes really fucking good, actually. The bacon and the peanut butter and the banana are actually really good. So I don't know if you guys have ever had that. You should try it out. Just put 2 slices of bacon on there. It's pretty good. So
Yeah,
Sounds
that's it.
good.
That's a good sandwich.
Yeah.
we'll find out.
So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do our drink, and we're going to review it. We do the whole Siskel and Ebert thing, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. And we like you to do that for your drink, and really curious how this is going to turn out. So you guys ready?
Ready.
All right. Down the hatch. Cheers. You get a punishment shot, by the way. Oh.
It ain't that bad.
It's definitely peanut butter banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. That's different.
It is.
It's very sweet. It definitely has a lot of the banana taste in it, and you could taste the smidge of the peanut butter. If it
It's a
had
good
maybe,
fucking combo, though. I think.
if you had 2 shots of the peanut butter whiskey, it might give it a little bit more edge to it. But it's not that bad. I'd probably go ahead and give this. I'd probably give this maybe a 1.5. 1.5. I'd do it again. It's not bad. Next time I might put some bacon bits in it and try and add to it. See if that will do anything to it.
Now, the
Ragnar,
way that you described that whiskey, Ron, the screwball peanut butter whiskey, as blowing Mr. Peanut, it has that much of a peanut taste to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
just
I
like
wasn't a fan
liquid
of it.
peanut butter.
And that's why the reason why I wasn't a fan of it, because I'm a whiskey guy, whiskey bourbon guy, and I was expecting to have a whiskey maybe just like a smidge, but it's actually like drinking Reese's peanut butter cups. It's, it's not my thing. It's a very popular whiskey too. I mean,
Chase loves that shit though.
Of course he does. He's fucking young. He's 12 years old. But it's I don't know. It's 1.5. It's not bad. Like I said, I'd try it again. I definitely want to try it with some bacon in it though. I want to see if that, creates a little edge to it. I'm really curious about that. But Ragnar's going to give his review, and then you're taking a punishment shot.
Yep, that's fine.
You didn't toast.
That's fine. Well, give me the wheel. I'll give it like 1.25.
1.25.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not.
Is that like the second thumb is like an amputee?
Yeah, it's a carpenter's thumb.
1.25. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because we call it a carpenter's thumb, and that's with him here, the resident carpenter.
What do we got? Oh, look at that. Grab something yummy.
Oh, you motherfucker. That's some fucking bullshit. Yeah, you got to grab something yummy.
I don't know. Give me the barrel behind you.
Yeah, I'll show you our little barrel here.
Nice. Is that the same barrel where if you get the punishment where you have to close your eyes and dig into it?
Yep. It's
nice.
And there's some good stuff in there, some bad stuff in there. I mean, it's a whole fucking mixture. Like people just go to the fucking ABC and just buy like 2 or 3 and just add to the barrel if it starts getting empty. But you can see this thing's pretty goddamn full. So
it rarely fucking lands on that thing actually, for some reason.
Yeah, I know. That's very. It's the thing is sometimes when you grab something yummy, he gets to pick something out of there, so he doesn't have to close his eyes. But if you had barrel of punishment, he'd have to close his eyes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But you got your reviews, so you're gonna go ahead and drink your. What'd you pull out?
Huh? Say it. Say it.
Glenn the Dick. Glenfiddich. I'm not doing this shit.
I've never heard of it. I've never seen that before, so I might fuck it up too.
It's a good scotch.
Nice.
So he downs the bottle, and then we'll go ahead and hand up which one you want to do first for your drink, because I'm curious what you guys got.
Go ahead, Ray.
All right, I'll go first. So I went over to the local restaurant and sat at the bar.
Can you tell the full story for this, Ray?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the story. So I went over to local restaurant, sat down at the bar, ordered my drink, which is the Blue Hawaii. My little pineapple there.
Oh, I know.
And then I waited, and then I said, "Oh, there's my family," and I got up and walked out the door with it. Brought it home, put it in the fridge, ready for today.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
So, if you ever need a mixed drink for your show, that's all you got to do. That's the trick. So you don't have to buy all the alcohol and mixes and shit, because I didn't have any of this stuff just laying around to make it. So, but yeah, the Blue Hawaii is basically rum, pineapple juice, that blue Caraco bullshit, sweet and sour mix. There's also a Blue Hawaiian, which is like a pina colada. This is the Blue Hawaii, which I picked because Elvis was in the movie Blue Hawaii in 1961 with starring him and Angela Lansbury, where he plays a dude named Chad who's supposed to go and take over the family business, which is the Great Southern Fruit Company in Hawaii. But instead, being Elvis, he's a tour guide now. So he hooks up with all these hot chicks and shenanigans ensue. So I have the Blue Hawaii, which...
It's a beautiful looking drink. It's got a piece of pineapple up there too, right?
I got some pineapple because the one was looking all shiesty this morning, so I put a new pineapple in it.
You put a fresh piece on there.
Yeah. And
so wait, you got that drink yesterday, and it's been sitting.
I just stuck it in the fridge. Yeah. Then
amazing.
Yeah, and then I went out and drank all night, and I came home to try it. I didn't even drink it at the bar. I just left with it. So it's not my favorite, but I've drank worse.
Probably because it's a day old.
Yeah, I'll give it 1 thumb up.
It's watered down with yesterday's ice.
Well, no, I did scoop the ice out with a spoon and replace the ice too this morning. So
a true professional.
I know, and I can honestly say that's not the first time that I've done that at a bar when I didn't feel like making the actual drink and I wanted to get one, but I wanted it to go. So
yeah,
that's very fucking slick. I like that idea.
Yeah.
So a 1?
I give it a 1. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a big pineapple flavory drink
You're not
kind of
getting the
thing.
tropical drinks all that much.
Yeah, I mostly just drink beer. So
Bud Light, right?
I'll drink anything. I'm drinking Corona Extra right now with limes.
Stu would be
So-
happy with you right now. That's like Stu's fucking favorite drink of all time.
Oh yeah.
He drops about 4 or 5 of those every night when we're doing a show. I mean, seriously,
And
he's
then
always in the fridge.
yeah, then I'm gonna follow those up with some Busch Light.
Oh, nice.
So I got this cocktail. I got multiple kinds of beers. I should be feeling good this afternoon.
All right, Casey, what is your drink?
All right. So I also went with a peanut butter and banana drink, but as far as I know, so I wanted to ask you guys, is that something that you looked up, Ragnar, or is that something that you just came up with
What,
for the
drink
show?
itself?
Yeah.
No, I came up with it myself.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I did the same thing. I was at the Total Wine yesterday, and I was actually looking for. They have it's called the King's Ransom, which is actually a peanut butter and banana beer. I couldn't
really?
find it. Yeah, but I
shit.
couldn't find it. So I got this. It's a Distill Brewery from Normal, Illinois. It's a peanut butter porter. If you guys can see that.
Peanut butter porter. Okay.
And then I got this Blue Chair Bay Premium Blend Banana Rum Cream.
Nice.
Check this
This is
out.
completely different. Yeah.
As Elvis invented the peanut butter and banana sandwich, I think I just might have invented a drink here. We'll
So you
see
doing
how
a
this
Boilermaker?
goes.
Like, or are you gonna just pour the?
No, I'm just
glass
gonna
in there?
pour the shot into a little mixer
Mix it
here.
in? Okay. Stuff looks. Is that
So
white?
cream. Yeah, it's cream.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's white.
Oh wow, that's gonna be interesting. I'm really curious how this is gonna turn out.
Yeah, me too. I probably should have got a spoon or something to mix it.
Oh wow, it's like
It's
freaking.
fucking
Yeah.
curdled.
Yeah, it's curdling inside the beer.
Just stick your finger in there, Casey.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. There goes nothing.
Bottoms up. Drum roll.
Not my first choice. Not bad. Heavy peanut butter. I think the banana is
Like
pretty
wheat.
much at the bottom, maybe.
Well, I think it's just all curling. Is it like pretty like solidified up there?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh my god, I
It's,
can see that shit.
yeah.
It looks like little fucking white brains.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Ah,
Yeah.
That was quick.
Probably don't recommend that. Not bad.
Would you drink it again though?
No. Not that mixture. No, I have another 5 of these because I had to get a 6-pack of this.
Yeah.
I will drink this again. I will try this again because I can definitely. There's a heavy peanut butter taste, and I can tell. Like I like porter beers, so I can tell that I would like this beer.
Mhm.
I just don't know about mixing this rum cream to it. It's
You
probably
know that at
wasn't-
Total Wine, what you can do is if you buy a 6-pack, you can tear one off and go to the register with that one, and they'll actually charge you just for the one can.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, you can do that. You can basically take any 6-pack or anything like that, just take one and pay for it. So if you only need like 4 or something like that, they will sell them as a single can instead of in the 6-packs. You don't have to pay the full price.
Is that something that they tell you, or like, do you have to like? How did you figure that out?
you kind of just have to know.
I actually just did it. I just pulled it off. Hey, can I just buy this by itself? Yeah, and they charged me for it, and it was a lot cheaper. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I wish I would
if
have known.
look
that.
at a lot of their selections of beers and such that come in like a 4 or 6-pack or whatever, sometimes you'll notice where like 1 or 2 is fucking missing out of the case.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because somebody else just fucking grabbed like 1 or 2 cans out of it.
yeah, so you don't
To
have
bring
to
it up.
pay the full price. I think I don't know if it's like boxed or something like that. I don't know if you can open the box. I mean, you
I
can
doubt
ask them
that.
at the register. I think you can actually.
I don't think you could open it.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, because they sell them single and everything else. So
All right, my review on this drink, I'm gonna have to give it a 1, just because I do like I like the beer taste of it. I like the peanut butter beer taste, but yeah, not that. Yeah, it doesn't really have that much of a banana taste to it, you know.
well, yeah,
Mixed
that's
with- mixed
about
with
the same for the Screwball, where it has a lot more banana, but not as much peanut butter. So it's actually completely
Yeah.
opposite on our end. Would you agree?
Almost. I think the peanut butter portion of it was mixed in there very slowly. It was very subtle.
just because I'm different, I did double down on my drink because I was afraid of that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another one real quick. I found this. It was called Sun Lab. It's a beer. It's a Sun Phase Blonde Ale.
Okay.
And I got that in honor of the Sun Records days, the early days
Nice.
of Elvis. So let's try this. Maybe this will be a little better.
Little bonus drink here.
Sounds like he's just cleansing his palate.
Right?
That's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, that looks a lot better.
A nice head up there too.
Yeah, that's
A lot
2
better,
thumbs
huh?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
All right.
Really good beer.
So what would you give that one?
You just
Yeah,
said
2 thumbs up.
Oh, I didn't hear. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a really good beer. This is brewed in Miami, Florida. I always try, since I moved down here, I didn't really drink a lot in Pennsylvania. Had a bit of a cocaine problem and back in the day, so I stopped drinking for a while, but I found out about these sours. And I really like those sours. I found a brewery called Swamp Head.
Mm-hmm.
And since then I started sampling other local breweries. And yeah, this is a really good one. Sun Lab.
All right. Well, that's great.
2
So
thumbs up.
I like that. So we got all of our drinks out of the way. So I guess we'll go ahead and get into the movie. That was really fun doing those reviews right there, and everybody's got an interesting take on what they want to try out to see which one is the best one. So I'm actually really curious how Ray's drink is. I'd like to try it because some tropical drinks are good, some are not. But especially with the pineapple on the top, especially soaking in the alcohol, I'm really curious how that is.
Yeah, it's a little too pineapple-y for me, but I do like rum and vodka, and those are both in there. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, I've had way worse drinks.
Yeah. All right. So what did you guys think of this movie, Elvis, that just came out? I mean, seriously, I know because you guys saw it way before, so I'm curious. Do you think it was a good musical biopic?
I did.
Go ahead, Ray. Yeah, I'll let you.
Yeah, I just rewatched it the other day, and I thought it held up pretty well for on the second viewing. The only thing I didn't like was, I'll say this, they mixed a little bit of modern music in there.
Yes.
And there was absolutely no fucking reason to do that.
Yeah.
It kind of took me out of it for a second. And I was like, what the hell is that? That's
like
nonsense.
Rap music playing in the background.
Yeah.
For Elvis, it did not match up to me at all. In fact, Baz Luhrmann is quite normal. I mean, it's kind of his normal thing because he did that for The Great Gatsby also, where you hear modern music when that takes place in like the 30s or 20s or something like that. It's weird, and I just don't care for it. I don't care for the modern shit mixed in with the original. They should just keep to the original, in my opinion.
Yeah, the only movie that I really liked it in was A Knight's Tale. I love the way they mixed in the modern songs into A Knight's Tale.
That used Freddie Mercury, Queen, didn't it?
They used Queen. They used David Bowie, but it was just done different.
Yeah,
like you knew it was happening, but they kind of made it fun because like in the stands, everybody's banging their fists and stomping and during the Queen parts. But this one, it just kind of it didn't belong in this movie, considering how many great songs they could pick from to just play from that era. It just made no sense.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that. How about you?
Yeah,
Kate?
I agree with you on that also, Ray. I'll agree with you on that on the first watch. On my very first watch, I took some notes, and it lost me. Like that, the first scene where they start playing some hip hop music is when they're showing him living in Memphis, and like with the black community, and that took me right out of the movie. Like why? Like there's so many Elvis songs and so many songs from that period that could have been used. But then on the second watch, and Ron and I were talking about this off air on the phone the other day. On the second watch, I watched it more critically, and they kind of fit. Like I know like they shouldn't be there, but I know why he put them there. Like I was reading a bit about why he put some of the things there, and if you listen to the lyrics of the songs that he put there, it goes with the scene that's happening.
Yeah.
Well, I think they were more updated just to give it just a little bit different feel for like a newer audience,
modern audience.
You know, since it's supposed to be a modernized, you know, rendition of his life from the fucking Colonel's perspective. You know, so it wasn't bad, but I think some of it shouldn't have been in there.
I think the Colonel died in like the 90s, so like what's I don't just understand. Like, yeah, I get the modern audience, but from his viewpoint, he would have not liked rap.
Yeah, definitely not. The Colonel, I'm pretty sure, was a racist, right?
Well, yeah.
The weird thing about the Colonel is that they made him have an accent, and in real life, he actually had just a Southern American accent. He did not have that, like, what was it, like Dutch or German or something like that?
Yeah, well, I think because he was Dutch, and they, you know, that was part of the movie that they were getting into, how he was real shady, and how he changed his name when he came to the United States. So I'm pretty sure that the reason he did that was to make sure that you knew that he wasn't an American.
Yeah.
You know?
It was different, but the movie did take a lot of the Colonel's perspective in the movie. I mean, there was a lot of scenes of Elvis, but it was never from his perspective. It was from the Colonel's perspective, and it felt like it was more of a Tom Hanks movie than a Elvis movie, like, you know, the Colonel's movie. I thought it was, and I thought Tom Hanks did a good job, although you could tell that his accent slipped a little bit a couple times on some of the scenes where it just sounded like Tom Hanks, which was funny. I remember the part where he's going down the stairway during the comeback special, which when we talk about our favorite scenes, we'll get into that. But I don't know. Well, when I saw this movie, I was displeased with it. I wasn't a fan of it, but there was scenes of it that I enjoyed. There was a lot of, it had some good, it was filmed really good. I mean, the director did a great job. He's a very visual director. And that's the one thing that Baz Luhrmann is. That's what I was trying to say in the visual. He's a very visual director. Puts a lot of colors and puts a lot of just, like, you know, camera movements and everything else. But overall, it wasn't my favorite. Like, it's not something, to me, I almost felt like this was a one and done to me. Like, I'd watch it, but I don't think I'd watch it again. But I might watch it again a second time, because sometimes you watch a movie a second time, you get a different perspective, you get a different opinion about it. So overall, it was just, it was mediocre in my opinion. I loved Austin Butler's rendition of Elvis. I thought that he pulled it off great. He had the looks, he had the moves. I mean, I watched YouTube videos with the side-by-side between both of them, the original Elvis and him as Elvis, and they were almost spot on. And it looked great, especially the comeback special. I thought that was done really, really well. So,
yeah, really well. I like parts I liked about the movie. Like, I always like in movies where they will take actual footage of things and mix it into the movie. I like how Baz Luhrmann did that. In some of the opening scenes, you see that where it's the crowd, like the women going crazy. It's like that montage.
They're like
building
orgasms in the freaking audience.
Well, that's like once they get into the movie, that's like the first scene. But that, like, opening montage of them, like, building, like, the movie, and like how everything happened, like, it sort of gives you like a rundown of the movie in the very beginning. How they mixed, like, the old, like, 70s scenes and stuff like that. I really like how they do that. But I've never seen any of this guy's other movies. Like, I've never seen the Moulin Rouge or The Great Gatsby or any of the ones that you've mentioned. This is the only Baz Luhrmann movie that I've ever seen, so I can't compare this to any of the other ones.
If I were to suggest any of them, Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet's really good because it takes on a modern take of the Romeo and Juliet story. And instead of swords, it's guns. It's Leonardo DiCaprio. To me, he's one of my favorite actors. He's a great actor. I know that in the 90s, he was kind of like a teen heartthrob, but he hated that. He wanted to get away from that. And you saw his acting skills just got up. He's got really good acting skills.
Yeah, but that was one of his earlier movies.
Yeah, that was
Romeo and Juliet.
Like his first movie was Critters 3.
Yeah.
which is fucking dog shit, but it's so fun to watch. But Leonardo DiCaprio really shows in that movie, but it's very visual. And if you watch all of his movies, you can tell the similarity of how he films his movies. It's very like, he's an Australian actor. And also this was filmed in Australia, by the way, which was crazy. The whole movie was filmed. Really? Yeah, it was filmed in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah, because he also did the movie Australia with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman, which is the only one from Baz Luhrmann I have never seen. I've never seen that one. But yeah, watch Romeo and Juliet. You guys might like. I don't know if you've seen it, Ray.
Yeah, I've seen that one, and I've seen Great Gatsby, which I liked a lot also.
Great Gatsby was good. Great Gatsby was really
Yeah.
good. That's another Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Ray, what did you overall think? I mean, I know you said that the dislikes and everything else, but did you like anything really good in the movie?
I enjoyed the movie. I only watched it a second time to make sure it was fresh. I wouldn't say it's a great take on Elvis. It just seemed like they left out quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he went to see the president and tell him he wanted to be in charge of the drug task force.
Yeah.
Like they left a lot of stuff. Like that could have made it a lot more interesting to see how the colonel felt about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd have liked to have seen a lot more drug abuse on his part and see how the colonel was, how the colonel was involved with that as it escalated. It's just kind of a cookie cutter version of Elvis. Like Austin Butler is amazing as Elvis.
Yeah.
Like the move, like you said, the moves, everything, spot on, perfect. Like, and then I actually went and was looking at pictures of him, and I'm trying to figure out, is this a makeup trick? Because he doesn't look exactly like Elvis in real life, but he's close.
Yeah.
But in the movie, he's spot on. I don't know what they use makeup tricks or what, but
Well, no, he's a blonde actually. The Austin Butler actor.
My girlfriend told me this morning that Elvis wasn't. He dyed his hair also. He was a blonde.
Elvis,
Really?
Elvis dyed his hair blonde?
Elvis dyed his hair.
I've never heard that.
Is there any pictures of that? Because I've never seen that before.
If you look when he was a young kid, he was a blonde.
Well,
he was
now
blonde.
So
there
he's
is a
blonde,
thing.
he dyed his hair black.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Now, see, a lot of kids though, like when I was little, my hair was completely white, and it's darkened up over the years. A lot of blondes their hair. My dad's hair was blonde, turned brown as he got older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is pretty common. So he could have been a blonde as a kid. And as he got to about 16, 17, 18, it could have shifted right over into that dark color.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone.
I mean,
I've never heard anyone say that he didn't have black hair, though.
Yeah.
yeah. Today was the first time I ever heard it.
I've never heard about that at all.
No.
Spicy boner.
One quick thing. I will agree with Ray on the
Hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the fucking button.
Ah, shit. Hold on. God damn it.
Spicy boner.
Spin that wheel.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Casey. Hold on.
So Ron
ahead.
just used
While he's
Ragnar's
doing
real
that.
name, so he's spinning the
What'd you get?
Grab something
punishment
yummy.
wheel.
Oh, there you
Grab
go.
something yummy.
Give me that fucking thing right there.
So while you're doing that, Ron, I'm going to just continue what I was saying. I will agree with Ray. Like, I agree that I wish they would have showed a little more of the drug use, and like they did show a little bit of the era where he got heavier, but I feel that they didn't. Like, he didn't get heavier in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, he was just still the same Elvis in the movie, but they were trying to act like he was the heavier one. You know what I mean?
Well, it was like the
towards-
last 10 minutes, basically, where he really got fat. And
Yeah, but I don't think it showed it very well of like when he went from normal size to like fat Elvis.
Right. And
Right.
actually that final, I mean, we'll get there eventually, but that final scene where he's playing that song where he is the fat Elvis.
Yeah.
that's the real
Is
level.
that's real footage, right? So
See, that's the thing I was trying to watch. I was trying to see if because it looked like it was Austin Butler in the beginning, and then it looks like it kind of transitioned over to the real footage of Elvis.
yeah.
That's
And
what
like
it seemed
if that is the case, like if they did that transition from Austin Butler to Elvis during that, I mean that it was fucking perfect. Like that scene brought me to tears both times I watched it.
No, it's tragic because you can tell because I think it was the Colonel was saying that he can barely even hold himself up. You can see the sweat coming. And I watched a couple videos of YouTube of Fat Elvis doing interviews, and you could tell that he's like sweating. He looks exhausted. He looks like he's fried, basically.
Yeah. Well, he's all on the fucking meth.
Yeah, and basically it was a part of the movie that I actually enjoyed. He did sing Unchained Melody in its entirety because there was a question mark towards the end as to whether he were going to get the real footage of Elvis and we would be allowed to use it. Thankfully, the famous footage came through and we were able to use it, and that's the real Elvis.
Oh, okay.
Snow brought that up to me. Thank you to Snow. But yeah, no, I thought it was actually just like Austin Butler transition into the real Elvis, and I enjoyed them putting the real footage because that was a very beautiful scene. I think it was Unchained Melody, of course, a great fucking song from the Righteous Brothers.
Yeah, the kid I watched it on my phone on the plane coming back from LA or Sacramento last week, and the kid sitting like it was probably like a 10 or 12-year-old kid sitting next to me, and I'm like. Wiping my eyes. This kid's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So I'm going to ask a question for all you guys. We kind of sorted the scenes that we like, but I want to ask, what is your ultimate favorite scene in the movie? Because I look like we seem to talk about a little bit of our dislikes, but like, what is your favorite sequence in the movie? We'll start with you, Casey.
All right. I think I have actually, I have two of them, if that's all right. I really like because watching it again today, I kind of picked up on another one. That opening scene, not what we talked about before.
The orgasm
with, like,
girl
montage, not that like montage, but that orgasm, like when the chicks like first see him, and like that chick is just like sitting there like trying to contain herself, and she's just like, ah! Like that. It's fucking awesome because like growing up, my dad was always huge into Elvis, and it was probably because of my nan. And like my dad would always say that my nan was one of those women that would like throw her panties onto the stage like because of Elvis. Like so like that, you know, it really stuck out to me that opening scene because like it made me think of my fucking grandmother like just fucking, you know, going nuts for fucking Elvis.
Yeah.
And then also the scene where he goes to Beale Street and sees BB King and is hanging out with BB King, and they see Little Richard.
Little Richard, yeah. That was a cool scene.
That because the guy that played BB King, he like his fucking voice and like his portrayal of BB was perfect, and the same with Little Richard. Like that whole scene was just awesome. And I know that was like in the opening of that scene is when they were playing the one rap song.
Yeah, when he's coming out of the apartment.
Yeah,
I think it was.
But if you listen to that, like the words that they put into that, it's all about like what's happening to his life at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know the rap song, but if you go back and listen to it and listen to the lyrics and like what's happening during that whole scene, it's all the shit that's happening to his life at that time. And it's just a really good scene.
Now, the reality about Little Richard, something I looked up was that Little Richard, when Elvis saw him playing Tutti Frutti, Elvis loved it so much that he wanted to do his own version of it, and he did. Little Richard hated it. He was not a fan of it at all. But the Elvis version was very popular, and it helped rise him on the charts and everything else and stuff like that. But Little Richard did not like that he did that.
Really?
Elvis, when you think about it, a lot of songs that he's done, you know, to the end of his career, basically were a lot of covers of other songs, other people's songs like that, like Unchained Melody and everything else.
And people a lot of people wrote songs for Elvis to perform, you know?
Yeah.
And then they became famous because he performed their songs.
Yeah.
You know, and that's actually what you mentioned there, Ron. That's actually in the movie. Elvis says, I'd like to play that. And BB King says to him, you'd make a whole hell of a lot more money than he would.
Before I go into Ray's opinion, I wanted to ask Ragnar, because I skipped him about what you thought of the movie altogether, because we went through everybody except you.
I don't think it was good. Honestly, I don't think it was a good biopic. I think it left out a lot of fucking information on Elvis himself. And I understand the whole thing of it being from the Colonel's point of view with everything. But like, if it's from the Colonel's point of view, then it should have more of what happened between him and Elvis.
Yeah.
You know, what led to his ODing. You know, what led to the fucking abuse and everything like that, you know, and why didn't it show him going and talking to Nixon?
Yeah, I don't know why they left it out because
You
I
know,
actually know there's a movie based off that
because
too.
that there is actually a very important thing in history, but another one in Elvis's life himself, because to my knowledge, he's the only one to go into the Oval Office with the president with his crew fully armed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Really?
know, to my knowledge, he's the only one that's ever been able to do that. So, like,
He's the
why
fucking
would
king,
that not
baby.
be there? You know? So, yeah. So, all in all, I thought it was mediocre at
Mediocre.
best.
Yeah, same with me.
So,
Yeah.
I think
You guys, something that you guys keep mentioning is that it's from the Colonel's point of view, where I can see that it's from his point of view, but not really, because I mean they're really shitting on the Colonel this whole movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So that's one of my questions. Is that in your information, Ron? Who wrote this movie? Is it based on a book?
Baz Luhrmann is one of the writers of it.
Oh, okay. So
Baz Luhrmann,
it's
there was
just
two other writers for it. I actually looked the other two writers, but I remember when I was looking at the screenwriters that Baz Luhrmann was one of the main guys for it. So I think this was almost like a passion piece for him, actually.
From my understanding, it was supposed to be from their Colonel's point of view on it, from what I heard. And even in the opening scene, though, when he's walking through the casino, you know, in his fucking drab,
right.
Yeah, I believe he even said that people aren't going to like me for this, you know, because
that's why I was wondering if this was a book that based on a book that the Colonel wrote, or
nope. This is actually a screenplay story it's a story because it is a little fictional. There's just over dramatic parts in the movie that didn't really happen. Sam Bromwell did the screenplay and Craig Pierce. There's nothing about it being adaptation from any other book or something like that. But I'm sure but Baz Luhrmann actually did a lot of research on Elvis for the movie and spent years and years trying to get this one ready. Because I remember when this was talked about being made a long time ago, and I think there was another actor up for the role, which I couldn't find. But I remember this being on, like, because I go to websites that check on like the movie stuff coming out. I've been doing that for years because I'm a movie buff. And I remember when this was actually in progress to be made, and finally it did get made. So, but it doesn't say anything about being an adaptation of any book or anything like that. But you can tell it's probably just historical and biographies and documentaries and stuff like that, which this is the only first full movie. I mean, there's another one with Kurt Russell from the 70s that was a made for TV movie, which I believe was directed by John Carpenter, which I've never seen. I've never seen that either. I've read about that today. It was made in 79. Well, Kurt Russell's a huge Elvis fan, but I know there's a lot of movies that are inspired by Elvis, like 3,000 Miles to Graceland. You guys remember that with Kevin Costner and Kurt Russell? We also have Bubba Hotep. Also, fucking one of my favorite movies, True Romance.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's why I love Heartbreak Hotel, because that fucking scene when Val Kilmer's playing Elvis, you don't see him. You see kind of his like likeness in the mirror and stuff like that. But he's in a little bit lonely, you know, that whole the whole thing and everything else. And it's just, that's why I fucking love that song, because that's one of my favorite movies. And a lot of movies are inspired by him, but this is the first musical biopic of him. And believe it or not, this is the second highest grossing musical biopic after Bohemian Rhapsody out of all time when it comes, because there's a shitload. And I'm actually going to ask you guys that question once we get back to the Ray. I'm going to ask you the question about your favorite musical biopic. But Ray, what is your ultimate favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene is when he's sitting on the Hollywood sign and they're talking about his career and how it's in the toilet, and he kind of just chuckles and says, you hear that?
He's sitting there with a Christmas sweater singing Christmas songs next to a fireplace. I remember that.
Yeah, I like that part. You know, it's weird that there aren't more movies about Elvis, especially biopics, because growing up, like Casey, my grandmother had a stand-up piano with all our family pictures on it. And Elvis's picture was on that fucking piano in a frame with our family.
No
That's
shit.
how much she loved Elvis. Like, she considered him a part of our family.
My grandmother had like mixed in on the walls with family pictures were pictures of Elvis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
My wife Sammy is a huge Elvis fan. Like, I bought her actually vinyls of Elvis, you know, like collection and the Christmas album and stuff like that. And she loves Elvis. She looks the one of her favorite songs is the slow. Oh, God damn it, I forgot the name of the song. Can't Help I'm Falling in Love. That's one of her favorite songs. She even said that should have been our wedding song, actually, which we probably should have done that. We did a crap one, and we should have probably did that one. But Elvis
What'd you pick? Who Let the Dogs Out?
No. Ours was actually a piece from a movie from Meet Joe Black, and it was a big mistake because it was A Wonderful World, like orchestral piece of it and stuff like that. But I mean, there was things where I wanted to do Casey and JoJo All My Life for one of my wedding songs, but because that was a big favorite of mine when I was a kid in high school. What the fuck? What are you laughing at?
I didn't say a fucking word.
You're laughing. I know you are.
So?
But no, it's a great song, and that's the thing. Elvis's voice is so recognizable. He's just got a beautiful, fucking great voice, and it's just you can't live without an Elvis song. I mean, he's the king of rock and roll, just like Michael Jackson is the king of pop and stuff like that. He is the king of rock and roll.
His voice is very, very recognizable and distinctive.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So one thing, even though we might not all agree on the movie itself, but I think we can all agree that Austin Butler did a phenomenal
He
job.
did a phenomenal fucking job.
I was very happy. See, that's what made the movie good. Is his performance. His performance was good. I can live without Tom Hanks as the Colonel.
Yeah.
But Austin Butler was amazing what he did.
Yeah.
I thought that he really dedicated himself for that role.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a really big star coming here shortly because he was Tex Watson in Once Upon a Time in America, or not America. Once Upon a Time in
America, great movie. Robert De Niro. I love that movie.
No, he was in the one. What the fuck? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
With Brad Pitt. He plays Tex Watson in that version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a really good. If you haven't seen that movie, that's a good fucking movie.
I'll check it out. I know he's going to be in the upcoming Dune Part 2.
Yeah, and he was also in Yoga Hosers with
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, he was in that too.
Yep. What was he in that?
What was he at?
I can't remember his character. I don't think it's a big role.
Look, I just actually hung this in my studio here. Can you see this? It's
it's hard to see it. It's kind of hard with the screen.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a Japanese Tusk poster.
Oh my god, I hate that fucking movie. I'm sorry. I love Kevin Smith. To me, he's downhill. He's not like he used to be. I like his shit like Clerks and Mallrats, Dogma, but all of his films have come out.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
not skinny Kevin
Zack
Smith.
and Marie was probably his last best movie, and all of his other movies shit.
I don't know, man. I laughed my ass off during Tusk.
Yeah, Tusk is one of my
that was one of the funniest. That was funny as shit.
Because it's a Human Centipede ripoff when you think about it. That's what it is. It's going to do like a ripoff of Human Centipede. But not like plugging assholes to mouths and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is like, building a fucking walrus and stuff like that. So I'm going to get a punishment shot because I got to take a fucking piss. So I'll be right back.
You're not allowed to fucking leave the show, Ron.
Well, I'll get a punishment shot.
I do it in the middle of interviews sometime. It's all right.
That's fucking.
You haven't done it.
I haven't done it on your show, Casey. I've done it on the other show I was on. We were interviewing Lee Ving from Fear, and I got up in the middle to go take a piss in the middle of the interview while my buddy Will was talking.
Yeah,
and he's asking him a question. I'm like, I got to piss. I just got up and I just walked off camera, and then I came back and pretended like nothing happened. I just sat back down. And I was like,
and just continue right where you fucking left off.
They were still talking.
This will be a good time to. I'll add this trailer in here while Ron takes a little break.
Hey, this is Ron. Do you like movies?
Hey, this is Ragnar. Y'all like alcohol?
Hey guys, this is Stu. Do you like punishments?
Hey everybody, I'm Chase. Do you guys like alcohol poisoning?
And this is Lenny from Barrel Aged Flicks. Sobriety is so overrated. Welcome to Season 3, 2023. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. See you there.
And I get a fucking punishment shot.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I had like 2 energy drinks before I had that. I was like, I gotta go real quick. Hopefully it's not fucking Malort cocktail or a big fuck you by Ragnar. What the fuck?
How is that possible?
Because while he was in the bathroom, I saw Ragnar tape a quarter to the back of it to weigh it down.
Damn it! You weren't supposed to say anything.
All right, what am I drinking, Ragnar?
All right, give me. Let's see here. Get some Malort, and then the watermelon gin, that one right there, and then the vodka.
The ghost pepper vodka. So we got ghost pepper vodka, watermelon gin, and Malort.
Yep.
God damn it, dude. You pour it. Just pour it in the
We
shower.
were talking with the Barrel Aged Chicks before the recording got started here, and I asked what does Malort taste like, and I believe it was Snow said it tastes like skunk's asshole.
Actually, they're on mic right now. I just unplugged their mic so they could.
Oh, hi. Hello. It does. It tastes like a dead skunk's dirty asshole.
Rancid skunk
Been dead
anus.
for a long time, and it just lingers. So enjoy.
Yum,
That's
yum,
for the
yum.
Fireball Malort, you bitch.
Yeah, no, Snow tried Fireball Malort. It's the fucking epic video, and she could not take it at all. It'll be posted on their BAC website for their first step. I think it was like their second or third episode that they
First
recorded.
one, legend.
Was it the first
It
one?
was legend.
Yeah.
It was Legend, yeah. Which, by the way, just wanted to
That
give a
over
big,
there.
big shout out. Their episode's gonna be coming out here soon. Their first debut of BAC. So had to put that.
Check them out. They will be a part of the network, the Barrel Aged Chicks.
Thank you.
And as they described, are they still on mic?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
that's all,
are.
Mike.
Yeah,
The
tell us, give us a little description of Barrel Aged Chicks. What you told us before the show.
Oh, the literally the one that I told you before the show. Barrel aged flicks minus penises.
That's it.
Cheers.
Mm.
The season 3 logo looks pretty sweet.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
very cool.
Sammy drew the art for all of
Yes.
it. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's on
Oh.
camera.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
that's visceral.
Good job, honeys.
Yeah, that fucking
Oh.
sucks.
Well done.
You ass.
You're like beet red.
Wow.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not
A
crying.
little bit on the inside.
I think you're crying.
I'm plugging your mics now.
Yeah.
I just found our clip for the week. Ron taking his punishment shot.
Yeah.
That was great.
No, BAC's coming out with a great show. I'm really excited for my wife Sammy. She's going to do a great job on it, and Ragnar's wife Snow and all the other chicks. They've been a really the backup for us for our show, and the fact that they have their own show where they can talk shit about their husbands now. It's going to be fun. I'm looking really forward to listening to their first episode coming out, which should be dropping out within a week or two. So
Nice.
Awesome. Very cool.
back to the show, I was going to say, I think I asked Ray's favorite scene and yours. I'll go to me and then we'll go to Ragnar. My favorite scene in the movie is the 1968 comeback special. That whole sequence right there was spot on, because I've actually watched that the comeback special on YouTube many times, and I thought it was very well made, you know, with him with all the black and everything else. And it's just, it was a very, very entertaining part. I love that of Elvis's career and the fact that he wanted to do what he wanted to do. And I love how they did that. And also he did that whole protest song at the end, but the way Austin Butler did it, it was like spot on. It looked just like you were watching the comeback special. I thought it was very well filmed. That scene was my favorite part of the movie. I enjoyed the hell of it, especially with the two producers. You guys know the names of the two producers that were with him? I should put read it down, but they did a really good job. And you know,
Steve something,
yeah. But it was really good. That was my favorite scene. And I also, if I were to say a strong second, it'd be the last part where it shows the real footage of Elvis at the end. Although they never explain the whole thing about him dying on the shitter, but because that's what he's kind of famous for dying on the shit.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of things they
really skipped a lot. Well, they
left
can't
out.
put everything, because you'd have to make like a mini series in order.
Right,
to really
absolutely. I would like that. I would like. Ray and I have talked about this on the show before. Like this movie, one of the things that I didn't like about it, it's way too long. I mean, it's, you know, make a mini series, make a 5-6 part show. You know, I think so then I can sit down for 6 hours and watch it in a row rather than 2.5.
Right.
Rex, it's not long enough.
But for some reason I like that more, because then I have the option of watching one, or you know what I mean. But like you said, Ron, that scene where he's in the studio and doing that comeback special, where the Colonel says, "Oh, none of this won't be in the special," and then the producer's like, "Make sure this gets added to the special." You know, that whole scene was really cool.
Yeah, no, there was. Ragnar, what was your ultimate favorite scene in the movie?
I've got two.
Okay.
One where they secretly meet at the up at the Hollywood sign to basically discuss his comeback, and you can tell that prior to that meeting, a lot of people basically fucking spoon fed him, whatever he wanted to hear almost, and this one here with those two producers meeting him up there. And I think them not knowing that he was actually there, they were a lot more free to say what they wanted, But when he does pop out, it shows that that there is something that he needed to hear. That like your career is shit, And if you want to have a memorable ending, then this is what you need, like your Christmas special shouldn't be what the Colonel is dictating to you about, then my second one would be it'd be the Christmas special one,
the comeback special 1968. Yep.
It shows his rebirth into music, into what he originally started singing for, and you could see, even though he's not well off right now, at that point there, but you can see that it gives him like a jolt of life back into him to try to continue and do in the movie itself at the hotel.
Yeah.
Right in the parking garage when he fucking flips out on the Colonel. He's got a little bit of fucking life left in him to fight for fucking what he wants and not be dictated on what to do.
Actually, that's a good segue into the clip when he fires the Colonel. I have a
on stage.
On stage. You guys are okay if I play that clip right there?
Absolutely.
Was my so-called manager, Colonel Tom Parker. There he is. But I hear rumors that Colonel is an alien.
Got here on my rocket ship.
Somebody call the FBI and tell them that he has abducted me. And he has locked me in this golden cage to keep me here forever with you, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm caught in the trap. I can't get out.
He sounds just like Elvis.
Because Colonel's got some big debts, baby. This is the last show I'm ever playing here. I'm going to get on my jet plane. Lisa Marie. It's named after my beautiful daughter. And I'm going to fly away. No. I'm going to fly away.
Stop this show. Stop this show. I'm going to get this curtain down.
Fuck this national.
Mr. Sugar, what the devil is happening?
And Las Vegas.
That's what he wants to know.
Ain't no one gonna stop me, man. Oh, security. 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 800 shows. You don't have a goddamn passport, you son of a bitch. You are fired. You are fired. You're fired.
I thought that was great fucking acting right there. I thought that scene was pulled off really, really well.
Too bad it actually didn't happen.
Yeah.
Really good. That takes me into I took this note. Do you guys know how many shows Elvis played in a row in Vegas? I looked this up because I was very interested after that.
No, I'm interested.
If I was going to guess, guess, I'd say
200?
520.
It's very specific.
520. Maybe he's right.
Just a
He
guess.
did 2 shows a night. This is in Vegas. This was his Vegas run. 2 shows a night, 7 days a week. One at 5 o'clock and one at midnight every
7
day.
days a week.
Damn.
Every day, 7 days a week. 636 sold out shows
God,
Jesus.
at the International. It's now the Westgate.
How many years and how long of a time? Like
2 years. That's 2 years, dude. That's
Wow.
it's fucking the Colonel
That's
was
insane.
the Colonel was a fucking piece of shit, and he just kept Elvis full of speed. That led to I looked up like because I was a big Grateful Dead fan, so like the Grateful Dead have played thousands of shows, and I was very curious to see how many shows Elvis played, and it's kind of impossible to figure out because of all the like little independent shows that he played when he was coming up.
Yeah.
But they say the number of stage shows that he played during his lifetime was 1,684.
Wow.
His one city, one engagement record was 63 shows in a absolute row at the Hilton between August 4th and September 4th, 1972. 767 of the shows were performed in Nevada showrooms. So 917 other shows took place in U.S. and Canada. He was never outside of the States.
That is fucking
Yeah, he never
crazy.
left North America.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
he
fucked
was
up, like-
he was trying to go overseas, but it never happened.
Yeah, which is like so fucked up. You think about it, like all the money that Elvis made, he's still like in the top 10 highest paid performers of all time, like of the year. Like every year he's still in that top 10 list. He still makes an incredible amount of money. I had this question for you guys. Do you think that without the Colonel that Elvis still would have been
alive?
No, not a lot. Well, that I don't think. No, I mean either way. I mean Elvis had his,
I think
his
it's a
ways.
stress
If
killer.
Elvis was going to get into drugs and the things that he did, that was going to end no matter. That was going to end the way it did no matter what. But no, I'm saying, do you think Elvis could have rose to stardom or would have rose to stardom without the Colonel? Because he was kind of, if you watch the movie, he was kind of on the path. He was already performing, doing the shows, and then the Colonel just like took it a step further.
He basically fast tracked them.
Yeah, but you all got to think about the Colonel goes by. It's a business. It's business, and that's what he was good at. And even though he did a good job at getting him out there to getting his popularity up so high, even though he fucking basically killed him doing it. I mean, basically putting him through the speed, taking all the drugs and stuff like that. The Colonel in a way helped it, but it also he was a asshole for what he did anyways to do it. But like I said, there's no personal. It's nothing personal. It's business, and that's what it was to the Colonel. It's all business. It's all fucking dollars. It's money. It's that's all it is. So, in my agreement, I seriously think that it helped him, but it also broke him. It broke Elvis. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I think Sun Records was already putting out his stuff, and it was only a matter of time until one of the labels came and picked him up anyways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did he need the Colonel? Not really, because
That's what I think.
the record companies were going to come a-calling soon enough.
Yeah.
I compare it to like Eminem. You don't need a lot of help when you're the only guy doing it.
Right.
And there was no other Elvis at that time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was only a matter of time till RCA or somebody on their own said, let's go get this kid.
Yeah. Another thing I found really interesting in doing the research for this and the Colonel and all that stuff is even though Elvis Presley Enterprises cut ties with the Colonel after Elvis's death, Priscilla still did the eulogy at the Colonel's funeral in 97.
Really?
That's strange.
And said that he was always a nice guy to them and that Elvis never had a problem paying him 50% of his wages.
Right.
So like just think about that. He was giving that guy 50% of everything he made. And you have to think, after knowing what we know about the Colonel, he was a real piece of shit. So I'm sure he was getting more than 50% of what he was, of what Elvis never knew the full deal of anything. So think about the money that Elvis could have made or would have had without the Colonel. Like he's still dead for, over 40 years and still one of the top stars of the year every year.
Yeah.
Just think about what could have been without the fucking Colonel.
Yeah, no, that's why I seriously think that the Colonel kind of helped launch the career even more. But it, like I said, it broke Elvis. It broke him. It killed him.
No, it did help him. It did help fast track his career in the music world.
Yeah.
But like everyone else said, like he was already there.
Mm-hmm.
It may have been a slower process for him, but I honestly think he would have gotten to where he was anyways without the fucking Colonel. The Colonel, like I said, just fast tracked him a lot. And he also really fucking fast tracked his death, in my opinion, with it.
Well, absolutely.
I don't, like you said, if he was going to be into drugs, it was going to happen no matter what, and I think that goes with anything. But the Colonel himself was a huge contributing factor in his abuse.
Yeah. I mean, Elvis gets into drugs. Okay. That I don't know about you guys, but I've done a ton of fucking drugs in my life. It happens. That scene where he's about to go on stage, he's walking down the hall and he passes out.
Yeah.
And any fucking normal human being would have said he needs to go get fucking help immediately.
Yeah.
No, the Colonel fucking shot him full of speed and made him go on stage.
Yep.
And just continued to fuel that habit. Like, if there would have been no Colonel, maybe he would have gotten the help that he needed.
Yeah.
I got a good question for you guys. It's going to be off the movie, but it actually is just a Elvis question. I'm curious to hear everybody's different favorite, but what is everybody's favorite Elvis song? Because we're talking about the Elvis movie, but we're also talking about Elvis here. And I think we all agree that Elvis was a great entertainer. He was a great musician at what he did, but everybody's got a favorite song. So I'm going to start with you, Casey. What is your favorite song from Elvis?
Well, mine, I mentioned earlier that I'm a big fan of the Grateful Dead. So once you go down the Grateful Dead rabbit hole, they do a lot of cover songs. And so that makes you more interested in those artists. And then so you start looking up the names of people who perform some of these songs. And so Big Boss Man is my favorite Elvis song. And then digging deeper, you find out that Elvis wasn't even the first performer of Big Boss Man. It was Jimmy Reed. So that takes you even down a darker rabbit hole. And it's just a fucking great song because it's like it's every working man during the week wants to go home and have a fucking drink at the end of the week, and the Big Boss Man doesn't want that to happen. He wants you to just fucking keep working. It's just a great song. Love it.
That's awesome. That's a good one too. That's a great song. Ray, what is yours, man?
My favorite would be Hard-Headed Woman from 1958. Comes from the King Creole soundtrack. I'm a big Elvis movie fan. Women, they're a problem. That's
you got the BAC right here, like your hands are like, what the fuck?
What are you gonna do? But yeah, that hard-headed woman is a thorn in the side of man. There you go. It sums up life. But the guitar work on this song is fucking phenomenal. Just a great song.
Yeah. Well, that's you mentioned the guitar work in this song. Elvis being Elvis and the greatest performer of all time, he could have anybody could be, he could say, I want you to be my guitar player. You're the best in the world. So come on, and that would happen. So he always had the best musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he definitely did make sure that he always had, you know, because it helps a performer out.
Yep,
absolutely.
You know, if you have top-notch musicians,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
not just some fucking Joe Blow off the fucking corner with a banjo.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you watch Elvis, any of the Elvis specials, he wasn't a very good guitar player. He was a rhythm guitar player. He wasn't like a Jerry Garcia or, you know, getting really intricate with the songs. So he needed the good band behind him.
So Ragnar, what is your favorite, buddy?
Mine would be Suspicious Minds.
This is a fucking great song.
Yeah, man.
The thing is, the one thing I love about this song, actually, if I can,
Go ahead.
You remember Black Hawk Down?
Mm-hmm.
There was a movie trailer for Black Hawk Down when that came out. This was playing in the movie trailer. I thought that fit perfectly for it. But this is just a great fucking song. But yeah, go ahead, Ragnar. Sorry.
It is. It's great because it's a song. It's a song about friggin' mistrusting in relationships, you know, with dysfunctional relationships. And it's very well put together for the relation that he had, you know, and it's, you know, if you listen to it and look at it from like outside of just Elvis, you know, then it can literally go into any sort of relationship that you have.
Yeah.
You know, and you may have a mistrusting one, but you also have to fucking get your shit in order to maintain it, to fix it.
Yeah.
You know, so that one there is a fucking phenomenal one.
And that was one of the ones that he did in the 70s, right? I mean, I believe that one
1969.
Was that 1969? Yeah, that was like one of the closer to his end.
Or 1968. I'm sorry.
Was it 1968? I don't think it was 1968, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Mentioning the relationship problems and stuff that Elvis had. I was doing this research. Did you know that he had an affair with Anne Margaret?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
Going to one because they Ray, I'm sure you're familiar. They were in a movie together, right?
Fuck yeah, he was in like 31 movies or something. But every fucking female in those movies, I guarantee you, he banged all of them.
Yeah,
bar none.
Well, he was
I'll tell you. Yeah. They loved him, and I guarantee you, I've never heard it come out, but he banged Angela Lansbury. I'm sure of it.
Bed knobs and broomstick, Angela Lansbury. Oh my god!
This is something else I wanted to bring up with you guys. Like, in the last couple of years, the whole Me Too movement and all that stuff with everything, you know, in Hollywood. To my knowledge, this has never been an issue. And no one has ever really mentioned it, but Elvis started dating Priscilla when she was 14 or 15.
Really?
And like, it's never like, I've never heard that like mentioned as a problem. Like, that's how beloved Elvis is. Like, they didn't care that he was.
I think that's because of the time, though.
No fucking wrong back then.
And plus, back then things were a little bit more. You can get away with a little bit of things a little bit more compared.
Well,
to nowadays.
that continues into the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because there was
like Ted Nugent adopted his wife just so he could have her on the road with him.
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
You remember the one that's in prison right now? R. Kelly married Aaliyah. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 14 or something like that. Married Aaliyah, which is
Have you guys ever seen the video of R. Kelly in another country singing? He's like in Africa, and he's singing to the crowd, and he's like, "Do you have your papers?" Trying to fucking get them to come to the United States with fucking. It's so ridiculous.
I hate it. I used to like R. Kelly, and now I can't stand him. It's just too much shit on him. And
he's usually everyone.
If you go into any rock star's background, you're not gonna be able to listen to anything.
There's skeletons in the closet. Every rock star.
They'll do anything anytime they want,
Groupies?
whether it's legal or not. They don't give a rat's ass.
They get away with it. Now all of these fucking women that are like in their 60s are like going out and saying, this guy molested me, he touched me and everything else. I'm like, 40, 50 years later and stuff like that. the whole Me Too movement and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then, but up until recently, it was just like a woman would say, one of the guys from Motley Crue is your father. I don't know which one, but one of them is. I think.
I'm gonna go ahead and go into my favorite song from Elvis, which is "Heartbreak Hotel." Man,
yeah, that's a good one.
Fucking love this song, and like I said, my favorite part coming up. Heartbreak Hotel. A little bit lonely. I fucking love this song, man. And this part in like fucking True Romance, the part when Val Kilmer's like singing in the background, is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and it just tells a whole song about heartbreak and everything, and the way that Elvis sings it is just amazing. I love this fucking song. I can go down the road every single time just driving and just listening to this.
Yeah. Is there a more imitated person than Elvis?
No,
there can't be.
I can't think of anyone else that anyone can do an impression of him, but still not be as good as him.
Andy Kaufman. Remember when Andy Kaufman did the whole Elvis thing?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
You'd be close.
No. I'm talking about you know who Andy Kaufman is.
Yeah, I know who Andy Kaufman is.
Remember Andy Kaufman did the whole little bit. I think it was in like a comedy club. It's in the movie Man on the Moon, which is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of Jim Carrey's best movies right there, next to the Truman Show. But basically, does a whole bit where he's talking like a little foreigner guy, and then the music. Then he just turns around and he pulls the bits, and then he starts doing the whole Elvis bit, and everybody just in the audience just starts going crazy and stuff like that. It's a great fucking bit. But
I think what Ragnar meant by Michael Jackson, and maybe you can confirm this, is like as far as the showman goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about that when it comes to, you got Elvis and you got Prince. Prince, I'd say, would probably be close to the same. And then when you get to the female artists, you got Lady Gaga, Madonna, and stuff like that, where they put a lot of, what's the kind of word? Puts
pizzazz.
Yes,
Pizzazz.
But basically,
I didn't do it that gay though.
I didn't do it yet.
You use jazz hands.
Pizzazz.
See?
I'm trying to do a list, but it's not even coming out well. Snow's just looking at me, nodding me like, "What the fuck are you doing, Ron?" She just threw something
It's just
at me.
extra gay.
But love you best. But basically, it's just, I don't know. He would you say he's probably one of the first like major entertainers? Because you got, like you said, Michael Jackson and everything else. Do you think he's one of the first, or you think there was another? I mean, would you think Little Richard is one, or somebody else? Would you think that Elvis is one of the first like pizzazz entertainers, like puts a lot of into their showmanship and stuff like that?
It's, for me, it's not the showmanship. It's certain people just drip likability.
Yeah.
So when they walk onto a stage, like Elvis was probably the first person that when he walked, just had all he could just stood there for an hour, and women would have screamed.
Yeah.
Like he just had that. And then you see it again when the Beatles show up in America, and then there aren't many acts that can do it. Michael Jackson's one. Like, they just walk onto a stage and people lose their fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's like whatever they're sweating out of their glands, people just can't get away from it.
Yep.
It's like an addiction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but Ron, as far as what you said, Ron, I think he the way that they showed it in the movie, like the Beatles were after him in America. And like there had never been anything like him before that. Like just the way that people reacted, like that was a question I had for you guys. I had this when he was performing and the colonel was telling him that they wanted to arrest him and throw him in jail because of the way that he was moving. Was that real? Was that true? Or was that just the colonel trying to get out of him going to prison for being a deserter or like whatever the colonel was in trouble for?
So the colonel did tell him that, but he also encouraged him to do it, because in the movie you see him that, he's telling him that he's got to stop, or else they're going to shut the show down and you're going to end up going to jail over this shit and all this other stuff.
What happened?
I piss again. Sorry. I can't help it.
You're worse than a fucking pregnant woman. You know that?
What did you say?
So
Who invited the kindergartner?
Right.
We all have to pee, Ron. So was that? So that wasn't true then. Like they weren't going to send him to jail, or were they?
From what I've read about that, there were threats that they would, and that the fact that he enlisted to avoid jail time, he was actually drafted. So
Yeah.
he didn't enlist to avoid jail time. He was already drafted. But
Right.
the one thing that that the colonel did do was he made sure that he stayed in the regular army and not just like the entertainment portion of the army back then, because I know that he wanted to fucking protect his business asset and his moneymaker, but he also I think Elvis also wanted to not be so fucking sheltered and shielded, just because
And show that he could, like, he was he wanted to do it, like, not
exactly,
not be with like the fancy boys and the whatever.
Well, the thing is about Elvis is that he had a very, because I had no idea that he wore highlighter. I did not know.
Yeah, that's what and that very first the performance that they were showing,
you could see
when the colonel was talking.
I had no idea. I didn't know that. So when you think about it, a lot of artists do that, especially like the 80s hair metal bands and stuff like that, with the eyeliner and everything, and gothic, not gothic, like metal and stuff like that. I did not know Elvis was like that. I know that he wore pink, the pink stuff, and a lot of people thought he was, gay basically, but he wasn't. That was just his image. That's why I see him like, the Lady Gaga, the Madonna, the Michael Jackson, stuff like that. It's a way of the artist. It's actually a way to plug into the audience, where the audience is like, oh wow, that's something different. That's something you don't see every day. It's fucking entertaining, and we'll take it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get fucked here.
Ron taking
another BAC. Hold on. They're on the mic. God damn it. Cock block by BAC. See, you guys are getting all these punishment shots, and it's always me. I can't.
That seems to be the way that it goes on your show too.
Yeah,
all the time. Yeah, but the thing is I normally do not get up like this, but I had because I was exhausted this morning. I was tired.
No, you actually.
Can we have a shot glass, please?
No, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
They're going to screw me here.
I have a question now. Ragnar just said you want the bigger shot glass. So during the Wheel of Punishment, they are allowed to pick the size of the glass as well.
Technically, no. We have our shot glasses, but none of them are cleaned because of our last show. So now I'm getting screwed with the big fucking shot glass. So I'm gonna have. I don't know what they're giving me. They're probably gonna be giving me something really shitty here, but we will find out here soon. I'm gonna get fucked. So you guys are getting a treat here.
Nice.
Control your fucking bladder better, man.
But this is our show. I mean, seriously, our show is movies, liquor, and punishments. I mean, as Stu says in the fucking trailer and stuff like that. So I apologize for this. Oh fuck me. Oh fuck me. Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Ragnar, I like your little what's that glass that you're drinking there out of?
My Holy Grail.
What the?
Yeah, I like that.
They're killing me here. So we got Everclear, we got pepper whiskey.
Oh, here, I got you.
I am screwed.
Oh my god.
We need the trash can.
Oh my god.
That's a big fucking shot. Jesus Christ.
What you need to do is salt the rim. That should make everything better.
Oh god. Oh, so what's in this? So we got
Too
hold
late
on.
now.
I'm gonna put snow on the snow in
Spicy boner.
Oh!
God damn it!
Spin it again, you fucker.
Right.
Wow.
What's
Oh.
the
Wow.
Ooh, I gotta get close on that one.
Now,
What?
if you can't salt the rim, just salt your tongue. Fuck it.
All right. What's
There you
next?
go. That's it. That's smart.
Malort cocktail with your punishment shot.
Oh, again. Okay, get the
more.
smaller glass.
No, it's not
Ugh.
half fill it.
I apologize. This is good. It's got to happen. It's our.
There's no need to apologize. This is the show. I mean, you're obviously a fuck up, Ron.
So what you have before you is
It's
Snow.
Ragnar's pepper whiskey that he made at home, Everclear, Malort, and
watermelon's margarita mix.
Jose Cuervo margarita mix.
Num, 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 num.
fucking enjoy.
And then when you're done with that, we'll give you Malort with your watermelon gin.
Do you want the trash can?
I might.
The problem with their system over there.
Before.
Yeah, Ragnar,
One
you
show.
might want to grab it.
One show.
You've come close a lot, but you did. That was a good day.
I'm really dreading this because I know how hot this pepper drink
That
is.
was so fun.
Yeah.
Ron told me
That was
about
my
the pepper
contribution.
See-
You're welcome.
The big problem here is that Ron does most of the talking. So he's the one who ends up having to spin the wheel the most based on volume of lip movement.
He enjoys it. He can't act like he doesn't.
Oh my god, this is gonna suck. Oh god.
Yeah, he enjoys it as they drag the trash can towards him.
Oh my god! They actually just, if you're not watching on YouTube, I highly recommend Ron. They just pulled a trash can next to Ron.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yep. I might need it.
All right.
Oh god, I don't want to do this.
Come on, take it up, Ricky. You got this.
What? Hey, you're not a pussy, goddammit. Let's go.
I'm not a pussy. There we go. All right.
Ooh, he's like,
go over there. Go that way. Right there. Move it. Got it.
I got it.
It's hot. your balls just got sucked back into your body.
No, wait a minute. I think I got this.
No, you
He
don't.
likes it.
You're crying.
Yeah.
Here come the heat burps.
It's not the heat.
Oh,
Ragnar's like, fuck that.
Hey, I can take a chaser.
there you go.
Banana? How's that?
Chaser with that beautiful banana beer.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's fucking horrible.
Oh,
Stop fucking up.
You know what? Hey, go ahead and cleanse your palate with the Malort and the gin.
All right, pour my other shot.
Give me your
No, I don't want this one. Give me the small one.
Where's your one?
Here.
Where's your wee glass?
Fuck.
What the hell?
That was yours, dude. That was your fucking shot glass.
Now,
Hey,
Ron,
Ron,
you got your bonus.
grab the watermelon gin behind you, please. Ron.
something that I think will help when you do these horrible shots is if you rub your belly and say yum 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 right before you drink it. That might help.
Try it now.
All right.
Try it now.
But I will
See if it works.
I'm sorry, but Stu, I'm going to say this flat out. We did this show. We did the show, the Views from Vendetta show. He took a punishment shot. He was hiccuping for 10 minutes straight.
But how much joy did
It
you
was
get from the
hilarious.
hiccups?
I was on the floor
You were on the
laughing.
floor.
It was so
I was
funny.
so happy. It was the greatest thing
Now
ever.
we know how to shut Stu up. Give him the spicy stuff.
Yeah,
He
because
threw
you know,
the mic across the table.
He did.
He was so busy. He was so busy. He's like, son of a bitch, they got me.
oh
He
god.
threatened to slap everybody at the table.
He did.
All right, so this is watermelon gin and Malort. This is my it's called Crystal's Grace. That's actually what it's called. So this is my regular
It's
punishment
going to
shot.
taste
but
delicious compared to what you just drank. Feel
Yeah.
bad-
believe it or
feel
not,
good about
this is nothing anymore.
It's something.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
it. Everything's fine.
I've become an alcoholic in this show, so
Just-
nothing is like I used to. And if Lenny was doing that shit, I guarantee he would be having a hard time.
No, he was
Just
broke.
a little behind the scenes for our show. This will be coming out on Elvis's birthday, January 8th at 8 p.m. is when you'll be listening to this. But currently it is Sunday afternoon at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So Ron will be having a fun rest of the Sunday.
Yeah, he will.
Shit, believe it or not, I'm sober. That's the thing. That's the thing. This show, ever since I've done this show, I don't get drunk anymore because I've been drinking every Friday night. It's like drinking night.
You're welcome.
What am I doing? But I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
every Friday night. I don't know what I did.
It's drinking night.
But overall,
It reminds me of that scene in that movie where he goes and he throws back some with the boys.
So I guess what we'll do here is I got one more question for all you guys, and if anybody got any last minute thoughts, then we'll go into our pint reviews. Now, for our show, if you haven't listened to Barrel Aged Flicks, the way we do our pint reviews is we do two types of reviews. You basically get like 5 pints of beer. You know, do like 5 stars, 4 stars for a movie. We do pints of beer. So, but we do 2 of them. We do critical and enjoyment. So you go by critical view, by the director, the way the movie was made, and stuff like that. And then you go by enjoyment by how much you liked it. So I'm actually really curious to hear you guys do your own pint reviews for this movie. Oh, sorry, but I mean, basically, I'm going to ask one question. If anybody has any thoughts, what is your favorite musical or music biopic out of all? I mean, because there's been many of the years, like Ray, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Doors.
Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody. If you say it wrong again, I'm going to
mute. But I mean, Bohemian Rap
City. Just say Rap City, and everything will be fine.
Words are hard, but I'm curious to hear everybody's different, like what they like. So, Casey, we'll start with you first.
So this has been on my mind all day. Would you consider? Are you guys familiar with The Last Waltz? With it was
Martin Scorsese directed that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you consider that a music biopic?
No, that's a documentary. You got to go by a movie where an actor portrayed an artist.
All right. Well, then I would go with, I guess, The Doors, because that growing up, I mean, I remember always watching that movie. Like I graduated in '99. I believe that's around when the movie came out. Maybe a little before that might have came out when I was in high school.
91.
No, 91.
Okay.
Yeah, that was early. That was one of Oliver Stone's like third or fourth film. All
right. So by the time I was in high school, like this movie was huge for me. I was just getting into smoking pot, just getting into this type of movie or this type of music, and like it really Val Kilmer, as far as people playing other characters, like he did a fucking spot on job of playing Jim Morrison in this movie. So I guess if you're not gonna consider, because The Last Waltz, that's like my favorite music movie. Like I don't think there's a better like movie about music or like about a band than The Last Waltz.
I agree with you in The Doors, but when it comes to a musical documentary, the best one, and actually Martin Scorsese is one of the cameramen before he became a director, was Woodstock. Woodstock was really good. I enjoyed the hell out of that documentary. It's like 4 hours long, and it actually does all the performances from the original Woodstock and stuff like that. But The Last Waltz, is actually really good. I've watched that because I am a huge Martin Scorsese nut. So
yeah. So the Woodstock movie is good, but as far as the documentary goes, it left a lot out. Like the Grateful Dead's performance wasn't in there. And that was like, that would have been a fucking awesome scene in the movie too, because Bob Weir got electrocuted and fucking sent like 25 feet across the stage. They didn't even mention that in the movie. But great movie.
Yeah. No, I agree with your pick about The Doors though. That's a great fucking movie. Val Kilmer portrayed Jim Morrison great, and to the point where even the band members saw that he looked and acted exactly like him. In fact, that shows how much Val Kilmer, even though he's could be a dick of a person in that time. I watched the documentary, the Val Kilmer documentary, because with him with the cancer.
That was a tough watch, man.
I haven't watched it yet because of that.
But it's really good, but it's hard to watch.
Yeah, I cried during the fucking Elvis movie that Baz Luhrmann did, so I can't imagine myself watching a fucking Val Kilmer documentary.
You'll be curled up in the shower crying in the fetal position, Casey. Don't bother, man.
But I will say this: Val Kilmer is a great actor. He's done great fucking roles. I mean, Mad Morgan, fucking Willow, fuck the Willow series. Don't even watch that piece of shit.
That's garbage.
Yeah, thank you. Fucking stupid woke shit. Anyways, the thing about Val Kilmer is he portrayed Jim Morrison. He looked exactly like him. He did it so good. Great fucking movie, and it really shows his downfall and the drugs and everything. The groupies, everything. It was just a good movie. So good pick right there.
And he committed to the role, unlike Austin Butler in the Elvis movie. He got fat for that. For that movie.
Ray, what's yours?
I'm also going to go with The Doors, but I'm going to also say that I love Sid and Nancy. I love Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I love Lords of Chaos, even though it's not correct in the way things went down. That's the Black Metal Mayhem movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot, even though they took a lot of liberties with that one. But I would say that's my fourth. And then I know it's a mini series, but Pistol, Steve Jones's
never seen that
version of how the Sex Pistols came together. I loved it. It's such a different take on a band that everybody thinks they know.
Yeah.
And it's from his point of view, and it's just completely different than the Sid and Nancy point of view.
Yeah.
Which I really liked. So that's my picks.
Good picks. I'll do with mine, and then we'll end with Ragnar on that one. Mine is Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton was great.
That's a great one too.
Out of that film, because I was a huge back in high school. I that's all I listened to was rap and hip hop, and I grew up with NWA, Tupac, Notorious, DMX. But that biopic was so well done, even though they left a lot of shit out. You know, Dr. Dre's rape accusations and other stuff and everything else. But overall, the movie was very well made. I thought the actor, which I don't know his name, who played Eazy-E, was like spot on.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Dre, Ice Cube's son played Ice Cube, and it was like a literally look of him.
Because he looks just like him.
Yeah, it was just great. It's a good movie, and definitely recommend the director's cut, the extended edition, which is like almost 30 minutes longer. It is worth it. I love that movie. And then if I would do a strong second, it's The Doors. Oliver Stone's The Doors is probably one of the best one. I know a lot of people like Walk the Line and stuff like that, but The Doors is just so great. It's one of Oliver Stone's best movies, because I'm a huge Oliver Stone fan. You know, Natural Born Killers, Platoon, World Trade Center. That's not even a good one. I mean, he's done. JFK is a great movie. Great conspiracy theory movie. I fucking love that. But The Doors was really good. So when it comes to musical biopics, Straight Outta Compton and The Doors. So I agree with you 100%, Casey, on that one. Ragnar, how about you?
So I'm not going to be picking anybody's. Just because.
Have you seen Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
It was good. It's not my favorite.
Well, I'm just curious.
Don't worry there, buddy. See, it's a toss-up between Walk the Line and Bohemian Rhapsody. For those, like they're both great fucking films, and they both tell a great story. You know,
Walk the Line is strong.
It's a really good movie.
It would have to be fucking Walk the Line, and then Bohemian Rhapsody, like just right fucking below it.
Remy Malek, or I think that's how you say his name, or something like that. He portrayed Freddie Mercury in perfect.
Oh, he did it perfectly.
It was like he looked like. I know they didn't use his voice, because I don't think anybody can have Freddie Mercury's voice. His voice is like iconic. Nobody can have his voice, but he did such a good job with that role. So I completely agree with you on that. The movie was a little bit off in there. I mean, it was not as good. It was okay, but his performance alone made the movie better.
Because it was gay.
Well, he was gay.
Gayer than a fucking $2 bill.
Damn right. But Walk the Line, though, that I agree with you 100%. That's Phoenix actually sang in that role too.
He did a very, very, very good portrayal of Johnny Cash, I think. And yeah, you're right. He did use his own voice in singing.
Man in Black.
And it was fucking damn near close.
Yeah.
As close, I think, as you can get to actually being Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a really great. He's another one of those actors that fully commits to the role.
Yeah, especially for his last Joker.
Yeah.
You know, when you see him with his fucking shirt off and just in his underwear, fucking dude, he's literally skin and bones.
Yeah, he's like 85 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
He's like Christian Bale, because Christian Bale's in the same thing for like Machinist and stuff like that, where he really goes and digs into his roles to the point where he will lose the weight or gain the weight, because he's been fat in movies too. But one of his best movies, I think, is as Gladiator. I thought he was great in Gladiator. He was good in Signs and stuff like that. But Phoenix really does his roles really well.
Yep.
But I agree with you 100% on that. He Walked the Line. I probably would. That's why I'm curious. I was shocked. I'm glad that you put that on your list, because I was wondering if you guys were going to put that one on your list, because that is probably one of the best musical biopics out there. But we all had something different, and I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked nobody picked the Weird Al movie.
Oh, the new one that came out with Daniel Radcliffe? Have you seen it?
It's funny.
Is it
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a mockumentary, though, or
it's a goddamn mockumentary, which I didn't want. I wanted the real Weird Al story.
Fucking like ripped on stage and shit like that.
But god damn it, it's funny. So I'm gonna give him a pass and say fuck it. It's good. It's funny as shit.
I forgot one too. How about Dewey Cox, The Walk Hard?
That's a good one.
Fucking little unwanted dick scene, just like standing right in the fucking middle of the screen. If you ever seen the unedited version, there's like a guy, he's on the phone, and all of a sudden you see a guy's fucking standing in front, completely naked with his dick on the front of the screen, standing there for like 2-3 minutes, like, what the fuck is this in here for? But that was a walk the line type of spoof and everything.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly did that so fucking well. But I love the fucking Tim Meadows doing the whole thing. You don't want this. You don't want this. But you gotta try it.
I think I do want some of that shit.
With the drugs. And that kind of portrayed not just Johnny Cash, it kind of also did the Doors. It kind of portrayed different musical artists.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
That's a good one, though. That's a great underrated, in my opinion. I don't ever hear about that one. So I guess what we'll do is, anybody got any last minute trivia or any things that before we get to pint reviews?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I know one thing I wanted to bring up: the scene where Elvis is seen putting a Deringer pistol. Derringer, see, words are hard. That's me. Come on, you all know Ron. Derringer pistol into a boot. God damn it! During his Las Vegas shows is true. He started doing this after receiving death threats. So that was actually a true thing of Elvis. He actually had that in his pocket and everything else. So I didn't know if you guys knew about that.
Yeah, Elvis loved guns. Yeah, absolutely loved them.
As a person who has done speed, when you like, I've done speed, on occasion, not like shooting it like Elvis was. On occasion, you start getting a little paranoid. If Elvis was shooting speed every day and doing 60, 67 shows in a row, I'm sure that he was fucking putting a pistol in his pants before he went on the stage. He was definitely paranoid.
Awesome.
Did you know that he is the distant relative to 2 presidents?
What? Really?
Yeah. Abraham Lincoln and Jimmy Carter.
What?
Supposedly.
Wow. So the good president and the worst president.
Yeah. Supposedly he is a
half and half
distant relative to them.
That's fucking hilarious.
But it's anyone from the South is basically related. I could make those claims too.
Yeah.
Me and my brother started rewriting our family tree just to be more interesting, so that we're passing down a completely fictitious family tree to our children.
Yeah.
So that as years go by, it'll just, become fact. So we started just picking like really famous people, like Abraham Lincoln's, and we just started like making this tree, and we're just we're drunk laughing our asses off. Like, our kids are gonna be so happy when they go to school, and like when they do this bullshit, they're like, "Who's your most famous relative?" And they've got a list of like 35 fucking people from history that they're related to.
That's fucking awesome.
So funny.
Got one last part, I guess. The Elvis comeback special was filmed during the summer and aired on December 3rd, 1968. Elvis watched at home and was unsure of the reaction the show would receive because hadn't been on television while making movies in Hollywood for several years. As soon as the show was over, the phone started ringing in with all the positive acclaim from the friends and family which received Elvis. When the ratings came in, it was estimated that 42% of televisions turned in to see the famed 68 special, which helped launch Elvis back into the live performance in Vegas the later year. So that's why, like I said, I love that part of the movie. The 19. I think that to me is his best performance out to date, because that showed the real Elvis, especially with like I said, the black leather and everything else. That showed the real Elvis, the way that he wanted the show to be. And I thought that was some interesting news right there. So I guess we'll go ahead and do our pint reviews. And what I'm probably thinking about doing is ending it on you, Casey. So you, when you end the show. So I guess me and Ragnar will go first, then we'll go to Ray, and then go to Casey.
All right,
so, Ragnar.
I'll have to do, I guess, a punishment shot on the next deluxe edition. This is a first for me ever. I have to take a piss.
Oh,
not the first piss I've ever taken in my life, but just during the show.
What do you have any like shit liquor?
I guess maybe I could finish this.
Why don't you? Do you got any more of that pineapple cream? You could just drink that.
You need to finish that in one gulp. Like, just keep going.
Right. I'll try.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do Ragnar's review first. Yeah. So Ragnar, go ahead.
All right, let's see here. Critical enjoyment. It's not a bad movie. But it's not a great movie. I'll give it fucking 2.5 for enjoyment. The guy who played Elvis, I think we've all praised him very well. He did a fucking spot on job of portraying himself. I think a lot of the shit with the Colonel could have been left out, and other things could have been left in there though. So it's not, like I said, it's not a great movie, but it's not a horrible fucking movie. I don't know. I've told people to watch it, make sure they go watch it to make their own judgment call on it, But I definitely let them know that it's me personally. I don't think it's a very good movie. Critically, it's about I'd say 3. I'd give it a 3.
Now I'm really curious about your enjoyment.
I already gave my enjoyment.
Why did I miss that?
Critical is 3, enjoyment is 2.5.
Okay, I missed the 2.5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you think I was just like rambling on?
I don't know. You heard me in the show. I missed things. I've already gotten punishment shots for missing shit on the show because my ears are fucking not. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's too much alcohol. Good review. Okay, so I guess I'll go to mine and then we'll go to Ray. Critically, I give this movie a 3.5. It's really well made. To me, anything a 3 and up is good. A 3 and up is good. Anything below a 3 is bad. It's still a very well-made film. Baz Luhrmann is a very talented director. Like I said, he does his spectacular type of moments in his movies. With the moments, the characters, the how he portrays everybody, how his camera movements, the musical performances, and everything. He does a great job. Is this his best film? Fuck no. I'm sorry. Romeo and Juliet to me is still his number 1 film. He is a good director. He's only done like 6 films. That's the thing. He hasn't barely done any films. He's almost like a Quentin Tarantino when you think about it, because Tarantino's only got 10 films under his belt.
But Tarantino's very well known.
Yeah, no. But Baz Luhrmann is good at what he does. He does make good films. He does make entertaining films, but it's not for everybody. For a musical biopic, though, it's not my go-to. Like I said, when I first watched this, it was a one and done. But I will watch it again just to get another critical eye. Maybe in the future I'll say something about it. But overall, it's still a very well-made film. It was entertaining in some parts, but there were some parts that dragged that I was like, I can live without this, especially the fucking Colonel. Tom Hanks sucked. I'm not going to lie. I didn't care for Tom Hanks. I wish they could have gotten a different actor, an overweight actor, not put all the heavy makeup and everything else. But they went for him because of his name, Tom Hanks, of course. If they portrayed like another actor that actually looked the part without having to do all the heavy makeup and everything, I would have been more of a fan of that. But overall, it's a very well-made film. It's recommended. I recommend people watch it just to get the history of Elvis and stuff like that, but you won't get everything. If you really want to watch something about Elvis, watch a documentary, because I'm a huge fan of documentaries, and documentaries give you a lot of facts and reality about that character or that the actor or the musician that you're doing. But 3.5. Now, if I were to give a critical, 2.5. It wasn't my go-to. Like I said, I've seen better musical biopics. The only thing I can say about this, and I'll go back to the critical eye, Austin Butler was amazing. He did great. If they had a different Colonel, if they had a different way of the direction, maybe if it was directed by somebody else, I don't know. He was great, but that was really the only thing I liked about the movie.
Maybe a no-name actor for the Colonel.
Yes, a no-name actor for the Colonel, and I can live without the modern music. I'm sorry. If it's an Elvis movie, if it takes place in the 60s, 50s, it needs to have that type of music. I don't need no fucking hip-hop. I'm sorry. I disagree with you on Casey. I understand what you meant about the whole Tennessee. Was it Tennessee?
When they were in Memphis.
Yeah,
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah. But overall, the enjoyment's 2.5. I will watch it again just to get another eye, but it's not my go-to. I've seen better ones. I've seen better movies. Do I think that Austin Butler would perform or deserves an Oscar nomination or something like that? Maybe a Golden Globe, not an Oscar nomination. Like I said, Rami Malek did better with Freddie Mercury, and Phoenix on Walk the Line, and even Val Kilmer. He didn't even get nominated. I don't think he got nominated for an Oscar. I'm not a huge fan of the Oscars anymore because it's gone way too fucking political, but I still watch it and I still look at the things because I want to hear, although their fucking choices have been dog shit lately. Because to me, it's not the movie anymore. It's all politics. That's all it is for the Oscars. It's not even the movie anymore. It's not the entertainment. It's the fucking soapbox shit. So overall, 2.5. That's my enjoyment. So that's it. Ray, hand it off to you, buddy.
All right. So as far as enjoyment goes, I'll give it a 3, just off of it's Elvis. Yeah, I could do without the Colonel the way they did him. I'd have rather Tom Hanks just come out as himself. The fuck, most people don't even know what the Colonel looks like. He could have looked like Colonel fucking Sanders for all it mattered. Nobody really knows.
He could look like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right. He could have come out with the bow tie and actually did a Colonel Sanders impersonation, and no one would have fucking known the difference. So the modern music sucked, but I will say overall it was enjoyable. Would I have watched it twice if I wasn't reviewing it? No. I'd have been a one and done with this movie.
Yeah.
Critically, I think they left out too much. I think the Colonel's point of view was weird because there's a lot of Elvis's point of view thrown into the fucking movie, which doesn't make any sense if it's from the Colonel's point of view. So critically, I'm going to give it 2. And I think I'm being a little generous there. But I'll still give it a 2.
Okay.
I thought it was filmed really well. There are some great cinematography in it. I think overall they filmed it well. They should have spent a little more time writing it, though.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. Good review. Casey, we'll end it with you.
All right. Well, before I do my reviews, I guess I am supposed to do a punishment shot. So I have to finish this peanut butter porter and
in one go.
Blue Chair Bay banana rum cream, and I'm not going to be able to do it in one.
With it curdled, you should be in the bathroom again in any second here.
The curdle isn't even allowing me to drink it. It's
chew
just
it.
There.
You just have to chew it.
Chew it up.
Yeah.
Down it. There you go. Oh. All right.
I'm sorry, but that is staying curdled at the bottom of that glass.
Is that the curdling or is that the head? What the fuck is that?
That's the curdle. That's the
curdle.
It's almost like a wafer at the top of the fucking.
It looks like it, yeah.
Oh my god. It looks.
Yeah, hold on. Look at this.
Huh.
Look at this real quick.
That looks like a 7th grade science project right there.
Yeah.
No. There you go. Punishment shot. You need to eat that. You gotta take it down. You gotta take it down. Come on, I did that fucking bullshit shot. You can do it. Come on, Casey.
As the leader of this show, and as it's been a takeover of our show, I have to fucking. I have the rest of my day to fucking look forward to. I'm not doing that.
Oh man.
All right. Let's see. What are the reviews again? Critical and enjoyment, right?
Yeah. Enjoy critical is by movie making, the director, the acting, and enjoyment's just by like how you thought of what would you watch it again? It's your type of movie. That's
all right. So enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 4. My first watch, I wouldn't have given it a 4. I would have given it a little less than that. But I did go back and watch it a second time in order to refresh my memory for the movie. And I'll agree with everything that you guys said. Like Austin Butler, phenomenal job. We've talked about that. The side-by-side comparisons, like that stuff I really liked a lot. Like Ray said, Tom Hanks could have come out as Tom Hanks. I've never, even doing all the research on this movie and everything, I still have yet to look up what Colonel Parker looked like. Yeah. I looked up his real name and I
looked him up.
Yeah.
I looked him up with the way he looks. It actually did look like him. It was with the top hat or the fedora type of thing, the big build, fat basically. It looked just like him, but they got like I said, he had a Southern American accent. He did not have what they had in the movie.
Right.
That's the thing I looked up. So,
but yeah, and I really enjoyed it. Like the second time around, especially. I know you guys didn't like the rap songs and stuff that were added to it, but Is that something that I think we talked about this? Maybe he's done that with his other movies, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
he did that with Great Gatsby. Moulin Rouge was just a variety of just songs all over the place, like different, because that was just covers of so many different songs, love songs, regular songs, everything else. And it had, for the time that it was, I think that took place in like the 1890s, 1880s or something like that. And it had like, you know, stuff that would be played in the 80s and 90s and stuff like 80s music and stuff like that. So he's actually mixed a lot of modern with classic music with his movies, and Great Gatsby had the exact same thing. So it's kind of been like a trend with his movies.
So like as a Baz Luhrmann movie, I mean, I guess you're kind of expecting that, even though it's an Elvis movie. So like I'll let him slide on that because, you know, like I said, if you go back and watch it again, those songs, they were put there for a reason. And I was reading about specifically the scene where we talked about it earlier, where he's where it's the night scene where he goes to see BB, and they're playing the rap song. Baz Luhrmann talked about how he was having a real hard time like getting everyone to interact during that scene, during the filming, and he started playing. He said, blare that song over. I forget what the song's called, but he's told his people to like play it as loud as they could on the set, like to see what would happen. And he just started filming, so like, and told everyone to do like what they were supposed to do. So that was like a live shot, you know, basically a live shot as like what was happening while he was playing that song backstage. Like, so
well, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess that's like why he kept that in there, because it went with what he was feeling at the time. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think people should watch this movie because it does have a lot of, you know, there are a lot of historical things in there about Elvis, but like Ray said earlier, you know, they did miss a lot of things. Like, so I'll go into my critical score now. I'll give it a 3 because they did miss a lot of things. Like, I think that, you know, as good as Austin Butler was, he should have committed, in my opinion, a little harder and maybe just put on a few pounds to commit to that fat Elvis, you know, during the drug years and stuff like that. To really
I will. Hey, Casey, I will also say that he could have played with his rings a shit ton more, because Elvis always played with his fucking rings.
Yeah.
Well, that's
he was always doing this with them.
Yeah, he was always pulling on them, taking them off, spinning them around.
Shit.
That's a drug addict thing. Like a lot of people, like if you notice, people who are on speed are fidgety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they fucking tend to do that kind of shit with their rings and all that stuff. Like I there's a friend of mine who actually I remember specifically, I knew when he started using again, because a friend of mine and I looked at each other because we saw him like doing the shit that he would do when he was on heroin. And we just looked at each other and we were like, fuck, like he's doing it again, you know?
Yeah.
Was he rummaging through your like jewelry boxes and shit? Is that what it was?
No, not quite.
Right there.
That's usually like when he's checking under your mattress and looking for shit in your house. That's a telltale sign.
That is definitely a telltale sign. But yeah, critically, so a 3, critically, entertainment 4. I definitely, you know, people should check this movie out. It's a pretty good movie, you know. But like Ron said, there are better documentaries out there about Elvis, and I mean, fuck, Elvis was in how many fucking different? Ray said 31 different movies.
I think it's 31.
Yeah,
just go watch his movies. You know?
I remember there was like an Instagram post where somebody posted a scene where he's getting kicked in the shin by a little kid, and I was just love. He was a good actor. He actually had a lot of great acting roles, which was very shocking and everything. Didn't he actually act with James Dean too?
I think he wanted to.
So.
I don't know if he ever did.
Wanted to. I don't know if it ever happened.
But like, yeah, that was what he wanted. He wanted to be an actor. Like,
he wanted to be
really.
James
You know?
Dean. He wanted to be right next to, and then James Dean died. I think he only did a couple movies, Rebel Without a Cause and another movie. But
yeah, I think I'm going to do an Elvis movie every day in January.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love
31 movies, 31 days.
31 days of Elvis.
Yeah. Sounds like a good month to me.
All right. Well, great critical reviews, guys. It's really cool to see other people doing our type of review, the way that we review our movies. So I really enjoyed that. I love that. In fact, this has already brought me to an idea that I would actually love to have you and Casey, Ray and Casey, to join us on an episode, and probably be me and Ragnar, and then we'll just do a movie and be on our end of a recording. I think that would be really fun, and I'll have one of you two pick a movie for us to do. I think that would be fun. Since you let us be guests on your show, you can be a guest on our show and doing the exact same thing, but it'll be on our side. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. And you guys will do the exact same thing where we do multiple drinks, because it makes the thing more entertaining. After taking that shot the BSE gave me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
well,
that'll
Ron,
be fun. Yeah.
Ragnar, thank you guys so much for joining us and taking over our show, the Barrel Aged Deluxe Edition. Please tell everyone.
Really well.
I think it did too. So please tell everyone where they can find you guys. And
like I said, Apple, Spotify. We're on fucking Audible. We're on everything. We are.
Look how cool that is.
We are all. Yeah, that fuck Sammy's artwork is. She did amazing for our season 3 art.
Yeah, that's going to look great on the official bootleg for season 3.
Oh, Sammy's looking at me like, what the fuck?
Where's my cut?
That's word for cut. Hold on. Put her on mic.
Where's my cut? That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh shit! No, I will say this: Sammy does great on our art. She's done our art ever since the beginning, and I love her art because it's genuine for our show. And I think Lenny pulled. I'm going to give a little history with that picture, but Lenny found something on Instagram or Facebook or something like that, a picture of that, where it's like everybody's got their own character. Lenny over there is Arnold Schwarzenegger, Punisher for Chase right there with the skull. Me, I'm Hicks from Aliens. Ragnar is Rambo all the way to the left with the knife, and Stu is Dolph Lundgren in I believe Expendables. It just fit perfectly, and I told Sammy, he's like, you got to make that art. You got to do that for our art. That is us right there. And she blew it out of the park. Sammy is amazing what she did. The art is great. I'm very happy with it. And I got to give a lot of credit for Sammy for that. So, Sammy, thank you.
Thank you.
You did good.
Really good.
You did good.
I thank you. I'm glad you're happy.
But overall, yeah, no, it's just find us on Apple, find us on Spotify. We're a part of a great fucking network. The Deluxe Edition network is amazing. Casey started this whole shit, and it's grown. It's gotten bigger, and we are so glad to be a part of it. We don't ever want to leave it. We're very happy with it. There's other networks out there. Fuck them. We are the network to be a part of. We're very happy with this.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I love Ray. I love Casey. You guys rock. Seriously. I love every show that we have. Bev's Video, Real Drunk, Spoiled Movie, Living Flat. I mean, all of them. 10 Cent Beer Night. Seriously. It's a great fucking network, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. So
yeah, we're very happy to have you guys, man. And
Yes,
thank you so much for doing this show. Ragnar, thank you for taking the time out of your morning. I know you're headed out on vacation today.
It's actually his anniversary.
I have an anniversary to get to.
Yep.
Happy anniversary. Thank you.
Yes,
and Ray, plugs, please.
10 Cent Beer Night. Go.
There we go. You got it in time this time.
All right, and you can find us over at deluxeedition.show, our website, on Twitter and Instagram, Deluxe Edition Pod. And like Ron said, the network is awesome and it's growing. DeluxeEditionNetwork.com. Come check us all out. And thanks again, guys. This has been awesome.
Oh, we had a great time.
Guys. It was great.
This was
absolutely
actually went a lot better than I expected. Believe it or not, it went really good. I
was nervous.
I wasn't nervous. I was thinking it was gonna be
that's
like
why he's been pissing.
He said it was gonna be like an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. We're already at almost like the 2-hour mark or over that.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I wanted, and I'm so happy that we were a part of this. I'm glad that I think was it you or Ray that came up with the idea to do Elvis?
I think I did.
Was it you? Yeah, it was you.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I think we talked about it when I was a guest on your show at one point. So
yep,
very glad.
Yeah, and it worked out. Happy birthday, Elvis! I think we can all say happy birthday to the king.
Elvis.
That's right.
88. He would have been 88 today. And if you go back in our history of shows, we have a conspiracy show. Me and my old co-host. Elvis, he might still be out there. 88.
Well, if you've seen Bubba Hotep,
Tupac, Elvis, they're probably out there at a fucking island, just like dreaming away,
They're on an
singing away,
island.
having a concert.
That's it.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Stick around here. I'm going to end the show, but we will chat afterwards. So thanks, everyone. Happy birthday, Elvis. And we'll see you next week with Chris Candy.